it's analogous to the narrative that must have been happening back when the Model T Ford rolled off the assembly line and everybody that had a buggy looked at it and said, oh no, this is going to wipe me out and there'll be no work for me. That the American economy is very resilient as it develops new sectors.
What happened after the Model T was rolled out? We had two big events in the, say, 40 years after that.
We actually had...
One was the First World War and one was the Second World War. The Industrial Revolution, like all technological change, caused dramatic political and social change, which resulted in the biggest bloodletting in human history. So I'm like, it's worth it.
I don't... This is just not an accurate portrayal. It's just like, I just don't think that's an accurate portrayal. This is like saying you shouldn't invent something because somebody's going to steal it. Okay. Yeah. But like there are downsides to everything, man. Nothing is a utopia. You know, a socialist would think that there's something like utopia, like Tucker Carlson seems to be making. But like, really, Tucker? This is the best you can come up with? That after the Model T Ford, the thing you're gonna pinpoint on that that entire boom, you know, the reason that like we can get groceries in a half an hour, the reason that like people can easily go to different jobs and have better lives. No, you're gonna hone in on two world wars that were not because of technology, they were because of governments. Now, could you make the argument that like, yeah, governments use technology? Sure. I mean, the U.S. government's doing that right now. That's one of the scary things about AI, right? Is like the government getting a hold of it. That doesn't mean that technology is bad. This is like the leftists saying that like the thing that's bad about the wars is that we're using guns. We need to get rid of the guns. Yeah, the guns that like arm and protect American citizens. That's a great idea. Yeah, because you know what happens then? Now you just create a black market. And now, in order to get those things, it's only going to go to the people who are going to use those in a malicious way. So this is just, this was the most eye-rolling point of the whole interview, I think. It's like, really, dude? Like, this is going to be your argument that you're going to say that because two world wars, and this is another thing, right? This, like, again, a religious person can't wrap their head around this, but causation or correlation doesn't equal causation. It doesn't. Okay? Just because something happened around the time that something else happened does not mean they're related. Like, you know, the Model T Ford, I would think if anything had more of a direct result of that, it would be the technology of weapons. Like in the First World War, I mean, it's debate about what really kicked off the First World War. But, you know, the telltale thing that's always told to us is like that a man was assassinated with a gun. Yeah, he was in a car that was driving. That part's true. The car didn't kill him, though. The guy with the gun killed him. And the gun was invented before the Model T. And then in World War II, it was militaries. It was Adolf Hitler going into Poland. Now, did the Model T Ford probably drive in after the military people came in with the tanks and the weapons and took over the country? Did Adolf Hitler then drive in the Model T Ford into? Yeah, probably. It didn't cause it, man. God, this is just retarded. I wanted to call the episode Tucker's an Idiot because he is. This is the stupidest, you know, religious stuff aside, this might be the stupidest shit I've ever heard him say.